Hey, what's going on, B Holmes? What's going on, Benjamin? What's going on? Hey, I'm just waiting on everyone, what's up, Emmanuel, to hop online. If you can, tweet this out, put it on Facebook or whatever, share it out on your social media. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, David? What's going on, David Risby? Yeah, I want to have a good conversation tonight. So for all of you that are hopping online, please tweet this out, share it on Facebook or whatever. So. But I'm about to put it on my Twitter real quick so we can get some folks online. Let's see. All right, cool. I just tweeted it out. What's up, Carter? Simeon that wants me to call him Carter. What's going on, family? What's popping? All right, let me see if I can put this over here and we can kind of see what's up. Notification gang, yo, salute. I appreciate y'all, man. It's been a minute, like I've been busy, my kids going back to school, my wife's birthday, our anniversary. So many things are going on. It's a new season. So, the season of change, and I'm just constantly analyzing myself to see where areas I need to grow, what I can do better, how can I service you all in a better fashion, you know what I mean, a more efficient fashion. So, just trying to work on that and growing. But I got hit up with a great question today. And that question is the IT field saturated? So I kind of wanted to give my viewpoints, my thoughts on it, and then also see how you all feel about it, because there's a couple of different things you have to think about when you make the statement of the IT field is oversaturated or saturated. So let's see. Benjamin said, we celebrated 17 years married. Yo, salute, Ben. Man, yo, I pray me and my wife will make that, but I believe we will and beyond that. You know what I mean? So I definitely salute you, Benjamin. Uh, we need more couples out here to, nurture their relationships and, just keep rocking. You know what I mean? Because our youth needs to see that. They need to see couples making it, and growing together. You know what I mean? So that's very important. So I salute you, Ben. As always, man, you doing your thing. Email said, notification gang. David said, good to know others feeling the same way. Definitely. All right. So, Carter, what's up, fam? All good over here. What's up, Mitchell Davis? Thanks for tuning in. What's going on? He said, what's up? I want to stop by and show love to the stream. Yo, I appreciate that, Mitchell. I definitely appreciate that. So I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes for, people to hop online. If you're on, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. And if you can, share this out on your social media, Twitter, Facebook, or what may have you. So I appreciate everyone that's on communicating and those that have not. So the topic of today's live stream is going to be, is the IT field saturated? Hey, what's up, newbie? It said, y'all, okay, what's going on? Now, when you mention saturation, let's talk about IT in general. I know most of the people that follow me and communicate are looking to get into the IT field. So when you start at, let's say, level 1, entry-level technician, that is definitely going to be, there is going to be a saturation point. And depending on your job market, if you're in a small market that does not have a lot of jobs, like let's say I'm from Canton, Ohio. Shout out to the 330, but I'm from Canton, Ohio. The population when I was a kid was about, I don't know, 80,000. It's probably way less than that, maybe 50 to 40,000 now in the city. Now, when you talk a population like that, does not have many large corporations, does not have many jobs. For people that are looking to get entry-level IT jobs, it's going to be hard to do because there aren't too many companies that need those roles filled. And there are also smaller companies, so they're trying to do more with less. So that will have a saturation point. But how do you overcome that? We'll get to that in a minute. Now, let's say you're in a larger market, like let's say New York, for example. New York is a very competitive place. So in New York, you'll have Um, a lot of people looking for entry level jobs, but the people that are looking for entry level jobs in like New York or LA, they have college degrees. They may have a master's degree. You know, they may have multiple certifications, and they're trying to get in at that entry level. So yes, there will be saturation because it will be so hard to get in because people have all that. And even Carter, that's in ATL. In ATL, there will be a saturation point because so many people have multiple degrees, multiple certifications that are looking to get entry level jobs. Now, let's go to a market like, let's say, Dallas or Kansas City. If you have a certification or a degree, there won't be too much saturation in markets like that because there are so many startup companies. The population is conducive to entry level positions along with the job market. So you will be, it will be easier for you to find a entry level job in a place like that that has a growing economy. So maybe even like a Austin, Texas, or something like maybe even Chicago too, because I don't really know how competitive Chicago is at the entry level. I see a lot of jobs there. So in places where the market is growing, there's a lot of startups. You will find entry level positions. Now, I mentioned, being in a larger city and a smaller city where you run into saturation point, ATL, for example. But how do you overcome that? Well, the best thing you can do is constantly learn. You can't just get the A plus and say, okay, I'm gonna go out and get a job. You actually have to have your end game in mind. What job are you seeking to be? Whether it's a network engineer, senior network engineer, whether it's a senior developer or something like that, and have a plan to get there. So whether it be getting your A plus, your CCNA, learning all of that info inside and out, and then also taking jobs, whether it be for less money, to learn more information. That's very important. The knowledge and the experience is what's going to ultimately pay you in the end. So in order to overcome that saturation point, you need to be the cream of the crop. You need to work harder than everybody else, and you need to constantly learn. And you have to be willing to apply that knowledge that you're learning. I mean, because it's proven to put in that the cream rises to the top. So with that being said, your grind has to be nonstop. You can't never stop learning. You can't go into the field thinking that it's going to be easy or you got the CCNA and that's enough, because it's not. Honestly, unless you want to stay at this level for the rest of your life, which I know many of you don't, you have to constantly learn and improve and honestly look at the job market that you're in and pay attention to what's going on, because you don't want to have a CCNA but no companies are requiring that, or you get a CCNP and it's not enough and you got 3, 4, maybe 2 years of experience with a CCNP, but nobody's going to hire you because you don't have that in-depth hands-on experience. So they want you to have 5 to 7 to 10 years experience with a CCNP. So that's something to keep in mind. You have to take those positions that are actually going to give you the hands-on experience to help you rise above everyone else. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch that real quick. I'm gonna get to some of these questions and then we'll hop back on to this conversation. Thanks for everybody that's tuning in. As you can see, the topic of this video was going to be, is the IT field saturated? And I haven't been on live, and I think since like the beginning of August. I went like a full week, and it took a lot out of me, but I feel like I put a lot of good information out into YouTube and the universe. And so I'm going to try and do it once a week. But let me get to these questions. All right. Let's see. Our Genus Pena said, how old are you, Dwayne? Yo, fam. I'm in my 30s, bro. Let's see. Brian said, so what can it had to do a contract to get hands-on with technology? So what can what can you get it contract? Yeah, I mean, take a contract. I would research the company, the position that you're seeking on that contract, but getting hands-on experience is very important. I mean, I know when I was younger in my career, I was all about the money. To me, money was everything. not really paying attention to the knowledge and how it would benefit me later. That's really what's important. Yes, if you got a family, you gotta provide and all that for your family. But if you work your budget and you sacrifice now, it's going to pay off exponentially later. So that's the way I look at it. But I can't tell you how to live your life, you know. What's up, Russell? Knowledge is power. Yo, knowledge is power, but you have to apply that knowledge to really have power. The application of the knowledge is what gives you power. A lot of people know a lot of stuff, but they don't do nothing with it. You feel me? So Carter said, agree, no doubt. Brian said, you are right about that, no doubt. It is never easy. Nope, not at all. You know, I'm trying to catch up with these questions. I thank everyone that's tuning in. It's been a while. I really am glad to catch up with everybody. David Rigsby said, get hands-on by volunteering, yep, or build your own labs at home. Just to echo Dewan, gotta constantly grind. You have to constantly grind. But as you work harder, you have to figure out how to work smarter too. I mean, it's really about getting to the point where the grind matches up here, not just out here in what you do with these hands, but it has to match up here. Like your grind on the knowledge that you gain and how you can apply it, work smarter. You know, what can you do in your current position? How can you automate processes? How can you leverage your relationships at work with vendors or people in your company, you know, to just get you to that next plateau? Like you really have to think outside of just these two hands and, you know, out of what you're doing. You really have to apply yourself mentally in this game. Like, man, I've learned so much in these last couple of years. You know, it's crazy, but we're going to get into that here shortly. Brian Freeland said, technology changes every day, and we have to keep up or get left behind. Yeah, technology, I wouldn't say changes. It just gets more advanced. It gets more in depth. You know, things are constantly in play. When you look at coding, C# is still implemented. Python is really coming on strong again. You know, it's not really about changing. It's just about evolving and learning. You know, because the more you learn, the more you earn, the more you grow, and all that stuff. So I don't want you to be scared about technology changing and getting left behind. No, it's not about that. It's just about taking each day one at a time and learning a little bit here, a little bit there. Look at Google Trends, you know, see what Apple's doing, see what Microsoft is doing, you know, turn on your notifications for those companies to see what type of technologies they're putting out, Cisco, of course, and just keeping up with the times, you know what I mean? So that's just my approach. All right, let's see. But I said labs are a great place to practice. I agree. Labs are definitely a great place to break stuff, fix stuff, and learn stuff so you don't do it in the real world. Dice Strike, what's up, family? What's going on? Good to see you. All right, David Rib, she says, IT is like working the trauma unit at the hospital. Everyone needs to fix now and don't or can't wait. Yeah, okay, about that. The thing about IT, you can be in a situation where you're just constantly putting out fires and reactive, or you can be the type of person that's proactive. So with that being said, the more you document, the more you automate, the less it's going to be like you're working in a trauma unit. You know what I mean? Because if you're, you know, automating things, if something happens, you can fix it really fast. If the documentation is up to date, you know, you can kind of trace if something happens before, and you know how to fix it. A lot of times when we're putting out fires, we're doing so much time scrambling, trying to figure out how to put out the fire, what went wrong, who to communicate with, that if we would have just had all our documentation, communication, and automation in place, you know, things would be a lot calmer. And also communicate within your teams. Don't be an information hoarder. Be someone that puts information out into your company, you know, and also receives information, because those type of relationships will really help your team become stronger when it really is a fire. You know what I mean? So, all right. Brian says, VMware definitely helps a lot. Setting up virtual labs. I know in my laptop, and I'm going to get to this at some point, where I basically have VM Workstation on my laptop. I have two hosts running inside of VM Workstation, which is nested. And then nested inside of those hosts, I have my storage. And then I have my Windows and Linux and all that stuff inside on my host. So that's something you can do. You're going to need about 16 to 32 gigs of RAM for that. And I would recommend a solid state hard drive also, but you can get by without a solid state hard drive. What's up, Gregory? What's going on, fam? He says, hey, what's up, Dewan? So if I don't have experience as a network engineer, should I continue certifying myself until the right opportunity comes along? For example, CCNA security, CCNP. I would definitely get the CCNA security. CCNP, you could, but there's nothing wrong with just learning the CCNP information, getting a job, and then having them pay for you to get your CCNP. I mean, having the CCNA level with no experience is great. That's perfect. Now, getting CCNP, people might question how much you really know or how did you get your certification. So I would really just take my time learning this information, getting certified here, and then also you can start learning the CCNP information and wait till you actually get hired by an employer and maybe have them pay for the CCNP, because that's like $750 that you're going to be coming out of pocket if you pay for yourself. That's just something to think about. Yo, shout out to everybody that's hopping on the live stream. I appreciate everyone. I'm trying to get to all these questions. We're talking about, is the IT field saturated? I went over it pretty quickly at the beginning of the live stream. I will go cover it again before the end of the live stream, but I'm trying to catch up on these questions. I thank y'all again for tuning in. And if you can, share this out on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever for anyone else that has IT questions. It's been a while since I hopped online. I figured today is better than tomorrow to get on here and help whoever I can. Hey, what's up, Darrell? He said, I actually thought about just moving to Houston after I get my CCNA. Yo, Houston, yo, my heart goes out to anybody that's here from Houston, everybody that's in Houston. They're going to have a long road to recovery, but through that recovery, they're going to rise and be even stronger what they were already becoming. Like Houston was beginning to boom, and this is just going to help them, with so much money getting put into Houston to come back even stronger. So Houston will definitely be a place of opportunity. But like I said, my heart goes out to everyone in Houston. I'm praying for you all. And anyone that lost family, my heart goes out to you. But yeah, I love Houston. I love Houston music. I mean, I pray Houston still has that flavor that it had before, Harvey. It keeps that same flavor, but just continues to blossom. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that's from Texas, period, Houston, wherever. All right, it says, Christopher said, when is your next giveaway? Yo, my next giveaway will be this month. Turn on your notifications. I think this next giveaway will be something different. I do this CCNA giveaways and all that stuff. But I think this one I may do like an A plus or a Sec plus books or whatever. Not sure. I don't know. But yeah. Wow, what you got in mind? What you need, Christopher? It said, Brian said, what is your current? Hey, Brian, my current position is a system administrator. If you watch my streams, I talk about, I started off on Windows NT. I actually been doing Windows since, like I said, Windows NT 4.0. I've done multiple server migrations from Windows NT to Windows 2000, 2003, 2008, 2012, and also done the networking side. I've been in the field since like the year 2000, so I've been in this game a while. But there's a lot of questions. I'm trying to get to them. Thanks for everybody that's tuned in. I definitely appreciate everybody that's rocking with me and rocking with the channel. And I wish you all much success. What's up, Carter says, what would be a good entry-level job with the CCNA in your opinion? I mean, it depends on, a good entry-level job with the CCNA would be the knock. I mean, if your goal is to be a network engineer or to get into networking in some aspect, get into a knock. Because a knock is, sort of like the help desk, but you get to get networking experience. I mean, you're going to basically be notifying people and all that stuff. You'll learn some technology, but it's all about how much you study and apply yourself, I've seen people going to knock all day and just surf the internet and not really grow because they're making $18 to $30 an hour. But then I also seen people going to a knock, get their CCNA, security, route switch, multiple other certifications. So it's all about taking a position like that and expanding. So hopefully that helps you, Carter. And let's see, Russell said, oh man, I created a VM on my computer and do videos of me doing the steps. Okay, awesome, awesome. Let's see, Twin Cities, what's going on, family? It said, instead of buying a home lab right away, what's the best online labs to practice on? I mean, instead of buying a home labs, you get Packet Tracer or GNS3. I mean, that's what everybody pretty much does. Packet Tracer, GNS3. Get some books, CBT nuggets or whatever. Do their labs, recreate the labs in the books. I mean, you don't really need a lab book, especially if you buy a CCNA or CCNT book. It gives you diagrams with IP addresses and everything in it. You just take those labs that are in the book and recreate them in Packet Tracer. Because once you do that, you're learning how to implement a network. You're taking this network diagram and then you're building it yourself and recreate it. So that gives you, how to create a network experience. So there's plenty of ways to skin a cat per se or whatever to make things happen. It's not all about spending money or paying somebody to do something. You just got to be creative in your own learning. Now let's see. Brian Freeland says, do you agree that cybersecurity is the field to get into? I mean, heck yeah. You got to think with IoT, the Internet of Things, everything's going to talk to the internet. So with that being said, cybersecurity is going to become more advanced. Pretty soon, wireless is going to be everywhere as far as the way we communicate. So it's not just going to be like your home network, your work network. There's going to be wide area wireless networks where we just walk outside and we're on Wi-Fi. And so cybersecurity is just going to be, it's just going to be more implemented. It's going to be more people. I think the government said they're about, I don't know, 300-something thousand jobs short or something like that. It's crazy. Like, heck yeah, cybersecurity is the way to go. Now, getting in is going to be the hard part. But if you're getting your Sec Plus and you're learning and you're hopping on different forums to see what the latest and greatest, I think you'll do just fine. And maybe even get a degree. I think a degree would definitely help you in the cybersecurity realm because it will teach you so much more than what a book can tell you. You know what I mean? You're getting a major in cybersecurity, so that may help you also. But do it for cheap. Find a good degree plan that's going to do it for the low. All right, Russell says, if a home lab is too expensive, you can use cloud options with low monthly payments. Yeah, you can do that too. But like I said, Packet Tracer and GNS3, I mean, that's sort of like the cloud. I mean, not all the way, but I mean, it's sort of kind of you're building. It's still you're not touching anything. You know what I mean? So that's the way I would do it. All right, Brian says, hang out with people that are in a higher position. I was a help desk technician, and all I did was hang out with engineers. Hey, I agree. That's a great point, Brian. So if you are in a help desk position, a great thing to do is whenever you escalate tickets and you network with different people within your company or other teams, keep those relationships open. And if someone asks you to go on a job with them, walk, make sure you go with them, take your notebook, take notes, lean over the shoulder, ask questions, and don't ask the same question twice because you document everything and you're keeping track of everything you're doing with them so they can depend on you to learn, and then they realize they're not wasting their times and you're really interested in the information that they're giving you. So that's a great point, Brian. I definitely agree with that. Whatever position you're in, network with people. That's very important. I mean, if you really want to grow in your career, whoever is willing to share information with you, be an information sponge, I should say. All right, David said, Twin Cities, just start somewhere, man. Piece by piece. CBT Nuggets is great. Yep, I agree with David. All right, Brian said, ESI is free. You can just use Yeah, you can download ESXi from VMware. You can get the whole suite with vCenter and all that stuff. I believe it's like they give you like 60-day packages where you can install all that stuff, and all you got to do is just keep reusing it, and you can learn pretty much VMware inside and out. So yeah, that's a great way to start. Good point. All right, Mikhail Moore, what's going on? It says salute to you, big homie. You doing your thing, and inspiration. Finally caught a live video instead of the E. Yo, I'm glad you was able to catch a live video. I I really enjoy this. You know what I mean? Uh, I don't know. It's fun to just answer these questions and I guess be an inspiration just by telling my story. You know, it's not nothing I'm going out the way to do. You know, I really enjoy this and I just want to give back, you know, to a field that's really been good to me. And then also, I know how hard it is coming from where I come from. Um, I know how hard it is to find mentors and people that will actually share information. So I just do my part to, I don't know, help who I can. You know what I mean? So what's up, B Holmes? It says, yeah, shout out to GA. And it says, documentation saves lives. I agree. I agree. Shout out to NYC. I just, do you have any degree college? Our genius, no, I do not have a degree. I got all certifications and experience. That's all I got. Let's see. Brian Freeland says, "Cannot stand hoarders." Hey, you know, back in the day, Brian, information hoarding when it came to knowledge in IT, that was very common. I mean, people was afraid for their jobs and all that stuff, but I believe it's a lot better. So it's a lot better. What's up, Brown Brecker? What's going on? Let's see. Brian says, "Always ask more work from the boss." Yeah, if you have nothing to do, find something to do. Don't be that person that tells your boss you have nothing to do. You find something to do. You know what I mean? There's always something that can be reviewed, documented, or something that can be done at your job, and you can always learn. You know that you will know when you outgrow a position. I mean, it just works that way. A new position will come along or a new opportunity, something happens. When it's time for you to move from that position, you will know. So don't be that person that tells your boss you don't have anything to do at work. That's not a good look. All right, Brian Freeland says, too many test takers out here with no real lab work. Hey, you know, there are a lot of test takers out here with no real lab work. The thing about that is you gotta have patience and you gotta have dedication to the grind. I mean, getting a certification is one thing. It's all fine and dandy, but you got to really look at your goal and say, all right, I got my CCNA, but what do I really know? What can I really do with this? So if you go on 10 interviews and you can't answer those questions, you might want to go back to those books, you know, and really apply, learn the knowledge, and so you can apply it and really find the job and career that's for you. I mean, because the certification is just one step in a many step process to get to where you want to go. All right, David says, for real. Also, be patient, man. Gotta be patient. Patience is key in everything you do. What's up, Diver Horse? What's going on? And Russ says, thanks, bro. No problem, family. Houston here. Oh man, that's what's up. Yeah, I'm trying to get to these questions. I see they coming quick. Man, all right, let's see. Brian says the IT field is saturated. You will need to know more. Okay, Brian, let's get back to the IT field being saturated. That's the title of this video. So, like I stated before, I talked about if you were in large cities like New York, New York, LA, or something, or Atlanta, many people at the bottom that's trying to get entry level jobs will have multiple degrees, multiple certifications. And so at that level, there will be a point where it's saturated and it's hard to get into those fields in those places. Now, if you're in a place like, let's say, Kansas City, Dallas, Houston, or something like that, there's a lot of startups, there's a lot of businesses, and the population isn't as large as New York or LA. So you will be able to find an entry level job with a certification, a degree, or something like that. It may be a little harder, but you can do it. Now, let's say you're in a small city like I'm from, like Canton, Ohio, or something like that. Now, in those places, there's not a lot of jobs. The population is still small, but there's not a lot of jobs. And the entry level jobs are going to be few far in between. So you may have to relocate, or you may just have to um, work for free or take jobs for less money in order to gain experience. Now, that's that. Now, once you're in the entry level field, you have to really learn and find a niche that you really enjoy so you can learn and be the best. Because, like I said before, the cream of the crop will rise to the top. So, if you want to be a network engineer, and let's say you're working at a knock, you learn that job inside and out. Learn your job first, get certification second, and just network along the way and learn other aspects of the in the process of completing that job. So if there's network engineers, get a relationship with them and advance that relationship in order to help you get your CCNP or whatever certifications you're working on so you can get to that level. Your goal should be the best, to become the best in that field. And that's how you will beat the saturation in any market, because it does not matter where you're at. If you're really good at what you do and you put in the work, it will pay off. So you can look at it and say, hey, it's too saturated, and get discouraged and sit back and don't do the work, and then you're never going to get anywhere. But if you make up in your mind that it does not matter and you put in the work, it will pay off. It may not pay off today, it may not pay off tomorrow, but eventually you're going to be able to look backwards like, man, it was hard, but I was able to get to where I am today, and I'm thankful. It paid off. You know what I mean? So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Let me get back to these questions. The Giants. Hey, what's up, Rod? Appreciate you, brother. What's going on? He says out here dropping gems in a fresh hoodie and illustration bit. Hey, man, look, I'll do my best to drop gems, fam. Sherrod, man, it's good to see you, bro. All right, Brian Finland, not saturated. Just so many positions with not enough skill tests. And there's a lot of positions out there that don't get filled because people can't do the job. So what you have to do is learn those skills. Once you learn those skills that no one else can do and no one really has the understanding of this technology, that's what's going to make you very valuable and extremely successful in IT. And then also how you communicate and network with people, because there's many opportunities here, not just the people that do the work, but the people that manage the work, and then the people that coordinate the work. There's many. The people that recruit for IT, there's so many avenues and areas in IT. Don't just think, I got to be a network engineer or I got to be a system admin. No, there's project managers, there's recruiters for these positions. There's so many people. And actually, I just did an interview with one of my good friends. He's a top 5% LinkedIn recruiter. So out of all the recruiters that are on LinkedIn, he's in the top 5%. And he's really good at what he does. He understands the technology. Although he does not do IT, he understands how to fill positions with the right people that have the right skills. And that's important too. So there's a lot of avenues that you can get. Let me get back to these questions. All right, Darrell says, I'm in Beaumont. Yo, my heart go out to everybody in Texas. Like I said before, I'm praying for you all. And I heard Beaumont got hit pretty hard, yo. Good to see you. I'm glad you're okay. I'm praying that your family's okay too, Darrell. He said, we got the sun bad, but we're recovering pretty well. The water pumps here went out, and they're trying to replace them. Yeah, I heard you all didn't have water. Man, yo, I'm praying for you all, Darrell. Definitely be encouraged. I appreciate you hopping on the live stream despite everything that you and your city are going through. My heart definitely goes out to you all. All right, let me check out with David. David says, agreed. Okay. He's fine to that, Carter. Thanks. No problem, fam. What's up, Ronald Green? Do you think it would be worth it to get the Linux Plus certification? Yeah, why not? I mean, look at your job market. Linux is really picking up steam right now. Even Microsoft is starting to build their 2016 and their Azure platform on top of Linux. So, yeah, getting the Linux Plus cert would definitely help you. I don't see why not. But like I said, If you're looking to become a system engineer with just that cert, look up the system engineer position in your area and see what they're requiring you to have, whether it be a degree, whether it be VCP, VMware certification, Linux Plus certification, something along that, Red Hat certification. See what they're requiring you to have with that job title, and then just go from there. Adwell said, I can't find any jobs out here. At what point do you suggest just uprooting and moving to a larger market? Darrell, when you say you can't find any jobs out there, for me, once I have weighed all my options, I got a degree, I have certifications, or my family need to eat, and I need to make a move, then I'll make a move. But I will really start digging into those positions that you are seeking and see what the job requirements that they are seeking. And if you're meeting those requirements, maybe get with a recruiter or email the HR representative or manager to get some feedback after you've interviewed with them to see what you are lacking, what skills you may be lacking, or if there's something in your communication that needs to change. You know what I mean? Because if you have to move, you have to move. But I know moving from where you're from, your family, is something that most people don't want to do. But like I said, just try those options and see if they work for you. Let me know how that works out for you, man. I'll be praying for you, fam. Ground Rats is NetSim a good tool? NetSim. I'm not sure on NetSim, yo. Hey, what's up, family? Says is GNS3. No, GNS3 is not absolutely necessary for the CCNA, but it is useful because you can do a lot more routing in GNS3. And also, GNS3 is going to be, you're actually using an iOS, a simulated iOS in GNS3. So even though Packet Tracer is something like iOS, there's a lot you can't do in Packet Tracer, but you can do on GNS3, if that makes sense. Excuse me. Like David said, GNS3 doesn't have. David, you can actually set up GNS3 to have the switching modules. It takes work. You'll need like VMware Station or something like that to make it work, but you can make it do what it do. So it is possible. What's up, Marty? What's going on? Yes. Hey, it's good to see you, Marty. It's been a minute. HR Brent, what's good, Dewan? Just giving a shout out. Hey, yo, thanks, HR Brent. I appreciate that. Brian Freeland says, my opinion is that cloud network security wireless will grow even more with the need for. Yeah, I agree. Wireless network security development. Good coders, good scripters. Let me see what else. What else? Project managers. Let's see. Linux people to manage the cloud, whether it be Azure, AWS, something like that. What else? Man. And then, people that do the big data. So those right there are just going to be what's needed. But you're definitely going to need people to be in security. You're definitely going to need developers because all these devices in IoT need to be updated. They need code for them, and you need people to write those. So let's see. Artist says, what do you think? When they said about the CCNA is VMware is a good choice. Yeah, I can't tell you if VMware is a good choice, but the thing about VMware is that in order to be certified, you actually have to go to a certified VMware class in order to get the certification. So if you can't make that happen, I may look for a position that will pay for you to get that certification, will give you the skills. So find out what job you actually are looking for and then work to get those skills towards that position. That's what I would tell you. Look, focus on the career and then whatever that career requires, focus on those. Yeah, I see we got 43 people online. I thank everybody for tuning in. It's been a minute since I hopped online, but I just wanted to talk about is the IT field saturated? And I think we discussed that about 2 or 3 times in this live stream. So if you missed it, please feel free to rewind check it out because I talked about it in the beginning of the live stream and about 10 minutes ago. So I thank everybody for tuning in. This is what's up. Right now, I'm just answering questions and giving everybody shout outs that wants a shout out. So if you want to say what's up, please feel free to say what's up. All right, Brian said, I'm old school. I always carry a pad and pen with me. Yo, hey, Brian, I'm old school too, family. I keep a pad and pen with me. Like, man, here's a pad and pen I keep with me in my desk. And I keep this on my wall. You know what I mean? With the, like, I got to write stuff down. I'm not really a digital person like that. You know, I'm just, I don't know. Writing stuff down and keeping notes is cool. Like, I like sticky note on Windows because it's cool. I can put it right there. But I like to write stuff down. That's just me. And let's see. David said, yup. All right. Big Dino, what's going on? I see we got a new subscriber. Thanks for subscribing. All right, let's see. How is Udemy compared to CBT Nuggets? Been hearing good things about Udemy. It's much more different. It depends on what you're talking about when you talk about Udemy and CBT Nuggets. I'm a fan of CBT Nuggets, just the platform overall is the best. Udemy is going to be a lot cheaper. But when it comes to teaching, to me, there's nobody better than Jeremy. You know, if I could ever be mentored by somebody, I would want it to be Jeremy because he's an excellent instructor and he just makes it so relatable and it flows so smooth. He's pretty good. So at that stand, and his videos aren't too long either. So yeah, I like CBT Nuggets, and they don't just do CCNA; they do pretty much everything, and all the videos are relatable and pretty much you can go through them. So, but it's gonna cost you. Russell got a hey man, my breakover. I had to finish cleaning up my house. I hope you put this video on your channel so I can finish watching later. Hey, Russell, yes, this video will be posted live. So if you all are wanting to check this out, once this is over, it will be up for everyone's viewing pleasure. And if you got questions, as you know, please feel free to ask. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button while you're at it. I thank everybody that is on the live stream. So right now I'm just trying to catch up on the rest of these questions before we wrap this up. All right. Yo, peace out, Russell, if I missed you, man. What's up? What's up, Chuck Walker? Are you asking about the Network Plus if it's worth it? Yeah, I talked about that in several videos, how I felt about the Network Plus. I feel the information in the Network Plus is very valid. It's going to teach you networking and having a clear understanding of networking, the OSI model, the TCP/IP model, and all that stuff it will make you a better technician, a better engineer, and all that stuff. Whether you're a system admin, whether you're a network engineer, whether you're on help desk, it will help you in your job. So yes, the information in the Network Plus is very valuable. And thanks for that new subscriber. But the thing about the Network Plus is you have to, when it comes to getting a job, it's not going to be as good as the A plus, and it's not going to be as good as the Sec plus, and it definitely ain't compared to the CCNA. That's my thoughts on the Network Plus. But the information in it is great. So, what's up, Brad? What's going on? He's saying VMware is free. Yeah, just download and start learning. Yep. Marty says, I am for a combo. Sir, plus labbing, plus reading, plus keeping one or two sites I read regularly to keep up with new developments. I agree. Going into conversations and setups and doing videos. Yep, I agree. You have to constantly stay learning, networking, and just stay relevant. It's like with anything you do, you can't just shut yourself up in a room and read a book. You have to stay relevant to the technology and the times. All right, Brad said the cream of the crop rises. Then what happened to me? Oh, Brad, you the man. Stop it, bro. Stop it, man. You the man, bro. All right. Brian said, we don't know, Brad, what really happened. Marty says, help desk is always saturated. Microsoft CNA is feel fine. Work essay. Okay. I agree, Marty, when you say the help desk is always saturated. But when you're working on the help desk, you know who can really do the work and who's not really there, that can't really do the work. There's levels to it. So just always be the guy that can do the work and goes above and beyond. It has great communication with those peers, customers, and counterparts. You know what I mean? Be that person. Don't be the person that can't really do the work, that always has to ask somebody on how to do the work. So that's how you avoid the saturation. All right, now David said another problem is HR folks is not knowing what position it really needs and not familiar. Yeah, I agree with David. A lot of times HR, um, they don't really have a good idea of what certifications go with what job, and then what descriptions go with the resume that you are submitting for a job. But there are great ones out there. Like I said, my boy Philip that I just did an interview with, he's in the top 5% of LinkedIn for a reason. He knows his stuff. If he's looking for a position, he knows who can fill it, who can't fill it. And just by a conversation with you, he knows the level of understanding you have for any given technology. And those are the type of HR people that we actually need. Those are the type of recruiters that we actually need. And hopefully it'll get better. So, but also LinkedIn is really using AI technology to automate a lot of your resume. So if you have a LinkedIn profile, I really recommend that you beef up your profile on LinkedIn to really state what you can do because there are filters and all that stuff that will keep you from getting looked at on LinkedIn. So make sure you keep that up to date and keep it sharp. All right, says Brian. Okay. Appreciate you, Duane. Days of old battles. Thank you. I appreciate you too, family. I like Tober. What's going on? Gregors, what's up, family? How you been? Good to see you. Man, yo, all the way in the UK. I thank you for tuning in, Gregors. It's always good to see you over there. Brad says, I find a better headhunter than can match you to companies better. Yeah, I agree. Brian says, when do you get to sleep, Dewan? Yo, Brian, I actually sleep, and sometimes I feel like I sleep too much, but I have to be patient with myself in the process. I got some big goals, a lot of things I want to accomplish in life, but I have to make sure that I put my family first, especially my wife. It's her birthday, so happy birthday, baby! I love you. My kids, and just all that good stuff. I have to put everyone first. So, and once I have all that together, then I look at the things I want to accomplish in life. After I go down the list, and if I got time to hop online and do a live stream, if I got time to make a video, I try and make it happen within hopes that it helps someone. So yeah, that's that. All right, cool. He says, let's see, is that worth the effort? Like I said, the knowledge in the Network Plus is worth it. All right, David says, sweet. I'm lazy. I just use my lab. I built two 2950s catalyst switches and two 26. Yeah, I agree. Like, I would rather use my home lab, over packet tracer and GNS3 any day. I mean, it. I just like it a lot better. You know what I mean? So let's see. Marty said, okay. Yeah. Hey, not only that, Marty, your local library may offer Lydia free, and then also may offer Safari books online for free too. So depending on where you're located, I would definitely go to your local library and see what type of services that they have, that they offer outside of just you being a member and checking out books, because a lot of times they will provide some type of training courses or online training that will help you. So Brian says, great stuff. All right. Hey, no problem, Chuck. And he says, Gus, what's going on, family? He says, what's your opinion on ZNet Academy? Yo, I've never used ZNet, fam. Alejandro, skip Contia, get MC. Yeah, I can't tell nobody to skip all Contia because the Sec Plus is definitely an entry level certification that you should have if you're looking to get in Security Plus. So CompTIA definitely has its place, and if you're looking to find a good help desk job, A plus will definitely get you that too. So I'm not gonna tell anybody to skip CompTIA. Big Dino says, okay, thanks, bro. Get info. Yeah, hey, Marty definitely has some good info. So if you guys are willing and looking for someone else to help you, Marty is definitely a good mentor. Also, check out his channel. Feel free to subscribe and tell him I sent you. Marty's a good guy, and he's a fellow Ohioan. Much love to Marty. All right, Manuel McCoy says, Duane, thanks for uploading your videos. My question is, should I take the Security Plus first to get my first IT job? By the way, I'm moving back from DC area. This is a career change. Yo, man, you moving from DC and you want to get a Security Plus job? Yo, are you moving? Oh, you're moving back to the. Okay, I misread that. I was about to say, yeah, if you're moving to DC, the Security Plus is definitely a search you should get ASAP. And then when you get to DC, you should be ahead of the game to get an entry level IT job. I salute you and I wish you much success. DC is really booming when it comes to security, and it's just booming, period, when it comes to getting in tech. So it's a great place to be. I love DC. Alejandro says you cannot get a job with just Katie Plus. What position would you get? You can get a SOC position, depending on, because if you think a SOC is the opposite of a knock, I mean, not the opposite, but a knock is network operation, and a SOC is security operations. You can definitely get entry level Security Plus job with the Sec Plus. So I know plenty of people that start out with over $30 an hour with just Security Plus. You know what I mean? So it's definitely possible. Ramel says skip Network Plus and get the CCNA. Yeah, you can definitely skip the Network Plus and get the CCNA. But the difference between the Network Plus and the CCNA, I said as many times, is Network Plus is teaching you networking fundamentals. And so that's cross-platform. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, it's teaching you network fundamentals. Cisco CCNA is teaching you networking on Cisco equipment. You know what I mean? So that's just one thing, the one way to look at it. But I do agree that if your goal is to get into networking, the CCNA always will trump the Network Plus. What's up? What's happening? He says, do you do digital flashcards or index cards? I will attempt to do digital flashcards, then copy and paste my Kindle. Yeah, I don't do anything when it comes to studying digitally. I may read something on Safari books that's digital, but when it comes to flashcards, yeah, I make no cards. I gotta touch. I gotta be able to flip. That's just the way I like to study. That's what works for me. What's up, Kevin Settles? What's going on? I'm starting my CCNA. I'm muting my and packet. Is there a cert or skip right to the CCNA? I have this experience. CCNA. Yeah, so I got a video. Hold up. I'm gonna put it in this. Hold up, Kevin. I'm gonna put this in here real quick for you. Excuse me. Let me see. Let's see. So I got a video that explains the difference between the CCNA and CCNA. It's a quick video. It's not that long. And I'm going to just post it in here real quick. And basically, I'll walk you through, what I think about the two, if you should go for the CCNA or if you should just go for the CCNA. And it's right. Let me see. Hold up, Kevin. I'm going to put this in here real quick. And then you can check it out. Boom. There you go, Kevin. All right. David says, stay up. Good video, Duane. Hey, no problem. Yeah, so I'm about to get out of here. We've been on for about 55 minutes. I'm about to go spend the rest of the night with my family before I go to work. Let's see, Derek Holloway. It says, dude, I've been studying for NetPlus for months now and can't get past a solid 70%. Any suggestions? I need it for a job. Excuse me. Derek, I'm not sure your approach on studying. Are you making note cards? Are you highlighting? Are you tabbing? Are you studying the exam topics? I'm not sure your actual approach, but what I would tell you, do you have a clear understanding of the OSI model? If you can't explain everything from application all the way down to physical and back up the way networking works, then that's why you're having trouble. Once you understand that, in that process, I think you'll be good. Along with different ports, what happens at the transport layer, what happens at the physical layer, network cables and all this stuff sits at the physical layer. Your NIC sticks at the data link layer. Learn all that in the different compartments of each one. That should help you, Derek. Hopefully that gave you an idea. Hey, but no problem, Kevin. Let's see. Brad said, I'm gonna. Yep. Brad is definitely doing his thing. I see you, Brad. It said, and then I'm saying just hired a couple new people. Yes, Brad is definitely doing his thing. But hey, everyone, I appreciate all of you for your support. Um, if you got any questions, please hit the comment section below. This video will be posted live once we get off this live stream. And maybe I'll do this again next week or sometime. I don't know. It'll probably be next week. And I got an interview with my boy Philip that I'll be posting here shortly. Should be either tomorrow or the next day. So that will definitely have some more information coming from another point of view. But until next time, I thank everyone for tuning in. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you have not liked this video, please like this video. And if you ever got questions or comments, please feel free to hit me up. I thank you all again for viewing. Peace.